Technical problems galore, guys. It's technical problems galore in the house tonight. The camera, I got it to work somehow, but we have some big problems, okay, to say the least. Lucy is concerned. For the first time, jumped in my lap. She usually is not this friendly, but she understands the urgency here because we have technical problems galore. So this whole intro that I was giving you guys as I was trying to fix the camera, because the audio was working the whole time. I'll have to redo it, but this is a very interesting match. For the fact that they had an absolute blockbuster the last time they played at Roland Garros. And it's going to be interesting to see whether Fonseca can win again. I think it's going to be very difficult. Plus, Fonseca hasn't really played his best tennis since that particular tournament, so it's going to be very interesting. Okay, hold on 1 second. Still got nothing here. We got nothing. Here's 1540. Fonseca under pressure immediately. Fonseca under pressure immediately. Guys, if you're just tuning in, I got incredible technical problems here tonight. The camera didn't work, so I got it to work somehow, but my entire screen is not there. The score is not there. At least we have Lucy in the house on my lap, which is nice. But in any case, Ruud with 2 break points. Fonseca saves the first, 30-40. Ruud up 1-love. And mind you, I was going to do dual stream tonight. Don't ask, because I was going to do the Yala match too. So this is we're going to have to fix this somehow without turning the stream off. And Fonseca pumped up early in this match, saves the second break point, and it's 40-all. All right, let's see here. What is going on here? Let's try to fix this. Oh, I see. Hold on, what if I do this? Hold on a second. What if I do this? There we go, all right. But we have Iala McNally for some reason. Okay, we're gonna fix that in just 1 second, guys. You hang tight, okay? Do not... Okay, 1 second, hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, see, we fixed it, Lucy. Lucy, I gotta tell you, she never sits in my lap. I don't know what's going on tonight. She never ever sits in my lap. This is so weird. Here's breakpoint number 3 for Ruud. And third breakpoint chance saved. Lucy is the head of technical support. Yes, she is. She came to help. She came to help. We figured it out. We're ready to rock and roll right now. We are ready to rock and roll, guys. What I was saying in the intro that you missed because the in all this technical support, I forgot to turn my mic on, which is completely on me. That part wasn't really that complicated to solve. But yeah, no, this is a rematch of a blockbuster match, one of the most memorable matches so far this year. Fonseca matches at the Roland Garros were incredible, absolutely incredible. And this was a somewhat controversial match too, if you guys remember. And for sure, Fonseca in that Roland Garros played the best tennis I've ever seen him play, especially in the match against Djokovic. So, what happened after that? And please, if there are any Brazilians in the chat, enlighten me if there's been any injuries or anything like that. But the results after post Roland Garros has been questionable. I think there might have been something wrong in Halle because he lost to Hanfmann 2-2. He played okay at Wimbledon, lost to Safiullin in the third round in straight sets, and that's it. That's about it. Now he's here. He beat Tsitsipas first round. So not a lot of tennis since then. So I wonder whether there has been injuries or not. Lucy's stepping all over the computer. Okay, hold on. Lucy, what did you do? Oh my God, Lucy, what did you push here? Can you move your tail, please? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. She didn't do anything. She kind of pushed something, but it's okay. Ruud, on the other hand, has also been a little bit, let's say, not at his best post Roland Garros. So both guys in a similar situation. Ruud lost in the first round of Wimbledon, which a lot of people expected. But then, interestingly, lost to Juan Manuel Cerundolo in Gstaad, which is, I wouldn't have thought he would lose to Cerundolo, Juan Manuel. And that's it. That's really, he played 3 matches since losing to Fonseca, 5-7, 6-7, 7-5, 2-6, in a spectacular match. So both guys are kind of in a similar situation as far as their recent form. And I think it's not just these 2 guys, but really for the entire draw, this is such a humongous opportunity to do something big. It's going to be very interesting to see who ends up holding the trophy at the end of this. It's so hard to say. It could be somebody completely unexpected too, like a Greek sport or something. You never know. Could be what we saw in Shanghai, right? With the Rinderknecht-Vachereau final. So we shall see. Ben Shelton had a strong match today. He seems to have found better form. He dispatched Bergs and took comfortably in straight sets. Bergs a tough opponent. Coco Gauff rolling early in that match, 4-0. I can't read the TV from here. 4-0, I think, yeah. And 40-15. Ruud with this trademark quick serve action that always gets pointed out as a great serve, this motion. But what I find odd is that you never hear the same thing about someone that's serving well with a different serve stylistically. Like, oh, look at that motion, how nice. It's always the quick ones that get pointed out. And there's not that many quick ones. Literally less than a handful in the top 100. Atman is another one with a quick one. Menchik takes the first set from Atman, speaking of Atman. There's up love 40, first game of the second. Looking to break. There's a slow-mo of the, what did I tell you? Slow-mo of the Casper Ruud serve. People love that serve. Okay, we're going to use that trick that we learned from Super Dave. We're going to go on the live from Montreal feed, which is quicker than the dedicated match. Although this one does have commentary, but it's quicker. I think. Anyway. And they are discussing the serve, of course. Yeah, Hodar beating Musetti, that was yesterday, right? Yeah, Hodar's playing incredible. He's playing incredibly well. Lucy, do not eat the plants, please. Please. You guys let me know if Lucy's eating the plant behind me. But let's actually, while we're at it, let's take a look at the draw. And like I said before, the Merida Greek Sports 4th round match, that's crazy. We got Botikman and Zandskop against the winner of Atman Menchik. We got Tien Paul and then Paprin Tirante in the 3rd round. And Shelton will play the winner of this. We got Lehechka Hodar, that'll be a good match. And Fee Snorri. We got Borges against Dardari and Rindernesh Nakashima. All right, let's see here. Tien could have a good run too. Let's not forget about him. He could make a push. Maybe Tommy Paul though as well. Why not Tommy? Unreal. Fonseca with a strong forehand into the backhand corner of Ruud. Ruud playing incredible defense. And Fonseca misses the bounce overhand, and it's 15-40. Breakpoint chances for Casper Ruud again. Fantastic defense from Casper in that rally. Got one bounce overhead back. And just kept making Fonseca play. An overhead error, costly overhead error from Fonseca. First breakpoint chance saved in this game. That was the 4th one that he couldn't capitalize on. So you guys 75% people think that Fonseca is going to win. I've actually got I got a feeling that Ruud is going to win this one. And Fonseca misses a backhand slice wide. There's a break for Ruud. No, there's not the break for Ruud. Hold on. No, that was 40-30. My bad. My bad. I got the score wrong. My bad. That was actually 40-30. So it was so Fonseca missed that slice, deuce, and I was add in after a nice serve and a forehand inside out winner. But yeah, I got a slight feeling Ruud. I don't know. I'm going towards him. There's the hold for Fonseca, 2-all. I think Fonseca should have played Washington, D.C. The reason why I say that is that he could easily lose early. I mean, he could lose this match. And then the same thing could happen next week again in Cincinnati, and then he's stuck with like just maybe less than a handful of matches going into U.S. Open. That's why, I mean, listen, unless there's a high likelihood that you're going to go deep in ATP 1000s, I think it's wise to play, at least 3 tournaments prior. I mean, there's just not that many weeks these days on hard court, but you could play 4 theoretically. And that's if you don't play anything on clay post Wimbledon. Yeah, True Tennis 5. That final in Rome was fantastic. Between Ruud and Sinner. It was such a great atmosphere. What a relief from Sinner to win that. I mean, it wasn't maybe not the greatest match, like from a level standpoint. Although I do think Sinner played quite well, but there was a lot of nerves there too from Sinner in that Medvedev match. Prior to that one, and Ruud played so well in that tournament. Played pretty well in Madrid too, before losing to blocks. And I thought that Casper did a pretty good job against Sinner in the final. He tried a lot of different things, still lost in straight sets, but I thought he did a good job. And who knows if he beats Fonseca at Roland Garros, who knows what he does after. Maybe he beats Menchik, it's so hard to say. And Ruud holds very comfortably, 3-2. Osaka is through to the next round. She will play Fernandez in the next one. That's going to be a good match. Fonseca serving down 2-3. Let's see if Ruud can again put pressure on Fonseca. He had breakpoint chances in both of the Fonseca service games. There's a down the line backhand winner from Fonseca, 15-love. Big serve from Fonseca, and Ruud with an incredible backhand return, gets it back deep. Fonseca a little bit late on his forehand, hits it into the net, 15-all. Heavy forehand from Ruud. Backhand slice and a forehand drop shot from Fonseca from way outside the court. He was somewhere over here attempting that forehand dropper. Hits it into the net. 15-30, again under pressure on his own serve. Forehand error into the net from Fonseca, 15-40 again. Can you believe it? Every single service game, Ruud is putting so much pressure on Fonseca. Will he be able to break finally? Break point number 6. And Fonseca saves another one with a monster serve down the tee. 30-40. Here's second serve. Here's a big chance for Fonseca. For Ruud. And there's the break for Ruud. He gets his racket on the forehand return and rips it, reverses it, puts a lot of spin on it. And he breaks serve, 4-2, first set. Ruud up a break. What's that racket that Ruud's playing with? He plays with, what does he play with again? V-Core? It's like a brown or something like that. It's a different paint job. Nick, did you catch any of the Rybakina match? I hope she's back in form. Yeah, I caught a little bit of it. She won, I think, no? She'll catch her she'll catch her form sooner or later. She will. Ever since Stuttgart, she's been off. Has not been playing well, but I do think she's going to soon find her best tennis. Oh, he plays with E-Zone? Different cosmetic. Okay, I got you guys. I'm not that familiar with Yonex rackets. I did use the Percept for a while. during my Finding a New Tennis Racket series. That's the only Yonex I tested though. No, I did test the E-Zone, but it was the old model, not the blue one. It was not the, like the dark blue one, the previous model. And it's a nice racket, for sure. A little bit too in between for me, not as quite as powerful as the Pure Drive. Double fault from Ruud, 30 all. Big hitting from Fonseca. And just like that, it's a backhand down the line winner, 30-40, chance to break back. So the problem when you play Fonseca is you can't leave anything hanging like close to him because he's got such firepower. He's such a shot maker. He can just, blow you off the court. You have to play aggressive against Fonseca or make him hit on the run. Here's second serve for Ruud. Oh my goodness. Backhand down the line return winner from Fonseca. Two backhand down the line winners consecutively. And he gets the break back. 4-3. Wow. See, if Fonseca goes deep here, then it makes a lot of sense to not have played Washington, So it's a risk you take. Like, he's got the belief that he can do quite well here, and he made a tough call. I mean, that's what Zverev talked about in the press conference. This schedule is so bad. It's so bad. And like Zverev said, and as I've been saying all year long, listen, tennis is a brutal game. And you get a draw like this huge draw. You got 64 players. Well, not 64 because there's buys. But let's just say in a Grand Slam, you got 64 players going home after the first round. And so a lot of these players, when there's a 2-week tournament, they're looking for matches. Do you really think a player plays one of these and then they're going to have 2 weeks of nothing and then they're going to play another one and potentially lose in the first round, and then in an entire month they played 2 matches that they lost? No, that's why you get these super challengers in the second week of one of these Masters tournaments. So the thing is now, like Zverev said in the pre-match interview, players have to make tough choices. Zverev said he normally would have played Washington if Montreal was 1 week. And I'm sure Fonseca would have played Washington too if Montreal was 1 week. So this is backfiring on the ATP Tour. This 2-week Masters thing is backfiring in a major way. And those penalties that you receive, you lose out on a bonus and you get a 0-pointer for pulling out, top guys are willing to take that. They don't care. And rightfully so, because we see how much tennis depends on the top guys. So I hope that they go back to the way it was before, or reduce the draw sizes and make it 1 week. Nice wide serve there from Fonseca, a lot of slice. Ruud can't get it back in play. 30-15. I'll be really honest with you guys. So far, this match has not been a high quality match. I don't think either player is anywhere near their top level. But Fonseca is now starting to find better form. But let's see what the Fonseca first serve percentage is as he's out there practicing serves after he had held, which is interesting. Yeah, so both guys are serving under 60%. Fonseca at 54, Ruud at 57. Fonseca only won 57% of first serve points. And, you know, that's why he had 1540 in the first 2 games that he served, and then it got broken in the third service game. So I expect him to find his serve towards the late stages of this one. Nice serve +1 there from Ruud. Forehand winner inside out, 15-love. Yeah, Fonseca, once he gets rolling, once he finds his best tennis, he's so unbelievably dangerous for everyone on tour. And a forehand return error from Fonseca, 30-love. Monster forehand from Fonseca. See, Ruud hit a slice backhand that kind of set up a little bit, and he got punished severely for that slice. (30-15) 4-all. Ruud serving. We're nearing the crucial stages of this set. That's 40-15. Nice deep forehand from Ruud. He draws the error from Fonseca. All right, let's turn this thing on here. Okay. I got to keep an eye on Sakari Golf, so I know when Iyala is going to start. Casper Ruud with a hold, up 5-4. Golf is up 6-1, 2-1. Up a break in a second, but it's break point number 3 in this game for Sakari, who can't convert. Going back to deuce here. Sakari with what appears to be the fire racket. Hey, Keydon, how you doing? Happy Saturday. I thought it's Friday. Let me double check. Yeah, still Friday here in Florida. Yeah, today's been busy. It's been busy. I went for a walk with a weight vest prior to this. I walked to Publix, actually. I had to get some things at Publix. And then I did a little bit more work, and yeah, it's been a long day. Oof. Fonseca too far away from that forehand, misses it by a lot. Low 15. That was a footwork mistake there for Fonseca. I did a giveaway this morning with Babolat on Intuitive Tennis on Intuitive Tennis Instagram, and then I covered the Andreeva Fernandez match, which was very interesting. Nice serve, +1 there for Fonseca. Big serve and a forehand inside-in winner. 15 all. Yeah, Dave, I don't know what that is, that triangle thing on the court. Maybe it's a logo of some sort. I'm not sure. There's another forehand error from Fonseca, second one in this game, and it's 30 all. Keaton, you're right. Now that the top guys are out of Canada, good chance for the underdogs to shine. Yeah, absolutely. Huge chance, including these two guys right here. And a big serve from Fonseca at 30 all. Forces the frame return from Ruud, 40-30. And rock solid combo of shots from Fonseca. Humongous serve down the tee. And then a little bit tricky low ball forehand in transition from half court. But he does a great job putting spin on it. And he draws the error from Ruud. 5-all. We're nearing the nitty-gritty of this set. Remember when they played at Roland Garros, the first 3 sets went over 5 games each. It was the 4th set where Fonseca broke the match wide open and won at 6-2. But those first 3 sets could have gone either way. And Fonseca mad for missing that forehand, 15 love. She overhit it long. Looked like he hit that a little bit late. Oh man. Double fault from Ruud, 15-all. Yeah, it has not been a good match so far. It's been scratchy from both players. A lot of unforced errors, no real rhythm to it so far. Nice combo of shots there. Big T serve from Ruud. And then a winner through the middle of the court. That's kind of rare. You don't see that too often. Hitting a winner right through the middle of the court, which sometimes is a great placement of the ball. Don't you think Ayala plays a lot of matches? She must rest more. She even plays more than challenger players. Well, like I said in the beginning of this video, it depends on the player a little bit. Some players like to play more. Others, they can take some weeks off in between. Ayala strikes me as someone who needs a lot of matches. She wants to play a lot of tournaments. And I don't think it's a problem for her. She's going to be okay. (40-15). That's a nice shot there from Ruud. And he holds up 6-5 in the first set. That's such a great point, Epa Rukua. Like he says, True Ayala needs to keep that hot streak going with frequency. The problem is, like, when you have a huge success and a big win and you wait a month to play, or maybe even 2 months, like it diminishes like the confidence that you feel from winning that tournament. And also the other players are continuing to play tournaments. You might not even be practicing that hard. So yeah, I think when you're winning, you play a lot. I think that's the correct way to do it. Again, every player is going to be a little bit different in that regard, but I think it's the correct choice for Ayala to play this tournament and not to skip it because she was in Washington, you know? There's plenty of time to rest. The players are going to be okay. Nick, are you concerned about the LTA system? Too many British players seem to be injured chronically and often. Is there a problem with their fitness training methodology? I don't know. Don't know anything about it, but I doubt it. Tennis can be tough because it's like overuse injuries often, and it can happen at really weird moments when you wouldn't expect it. That's when you hurt yourself. I can't tell you what the LTA is doing as far as their fitness is concerned. I have no clue, so I can't really speak on that. But is it really true that there's a problem in the LTA, the Lawn and Tennis Association? Like, who other than Draper is hurt? Tell me. Raducanu, okay, got it. Raducanu and Draper. But Raducanu has always had problems with injuries, and so has Draper. They just have, I guess, they're just unfortunate with the way they're designed as an athlete to get injured a lot, unfortunately. But I can't think of another player from England that has the same type of issues. And Fonseca 30-15 on the serve. That is an incredible forehand from very far behind the baseline from Fonseca. 40-15. Looks like we're getting into a tiebreak here. Ace, Fonseca, and we're in a tiebreak, guys. Yeah, Dave, of course. Hopefully we will see both of those players back. Raducanu and Draper. And Ruud with a double fault. That's not the first one. Let's see how many double faults does he have. Wow, 5 double faults already from Casper Ruud. That is incredible. That's way what he does normally on the second serve. That's big tennis right there from Fonseca. Big wide serve. And then a forehand winner inside out to love. Wonderful point from Casper Ruud there. Comes in with a slice. Fonseca hits a phenomenal down the line backhand pass. And Ruud gets there very early and knocks off the forehand volley winner. Chip attempt from Fonseca on the pass. And he leaves that chip hanging way too high. Ruud demolishes the overhead very close to the net. 2-all. Ace for Ruud. 3-2. And Coco Gauff cruising in this one. Up 6-1, 5-1. Beautiful rally there from Fonseca. Three all. Three all, Fonseca serving. First set tiebreak, second serve. This error from Fonseca from a defensive position into the net. Mini break for Ruud, 4-3. Fonseca requesting a replay here, and it's on the line. Call stands. That's an incredible forehand from Fonseca there, inside out winner. First set tiebreak, 5-4, Ruud. We got a problem here, guys. Just excuse me with the score. Oh, there we go. The score should be okay now. And Fonseca comes back, gets the mini break back, 5-all. Gauff up 6-1, 5-2 serving for the match, 15 love. Tricky shot for Fonseca there from the half court. A lob from Ruud, but incredible athleticism from Fonseca. Moves back quickly and puts away the overhead. 3 set points. There's an ace from Casper Ruud. This could not have come at a better time. Down the tee with some slice. 6-all, Lucy. Why so violent? Lucy, don't eat back there, please. Don't eat the plants, please. Come on, please. Golf 2 points away from winning the match. Top volley from Fonseca, but he makes it. That backhand volley was above his head. Places it well. Does a pretty good job with it. And 6-5. Fonseca set point on his own serve. Set point number 2. And there it is, first set for Fonseca, 7-6. What a gritty set from Fonseca. Did not play his best tennis in this one. Was able to get out of a couple of really tight service games early where he faced break points. Ended up getting his serve broken anyway. But then broke back. And ends up playing a solid tiebreak, winning the clutch points. All right, guys, you hang in there. We'll be right back. I got to set up a couple of things for the dual stream, which is definitely going to be upcoming because Coco Gauff is about to win that match. So hang tight. Ruud's got to be kicking himself for losing that first set. You know, he first and foremost had 15-40 on the first two service games of Fonseca. Was holding comfortably. Then breaks Fonseca. You know, goes up 4-2, loses his serve immediately. Then Fonseca starts serving better. But then Ruud is up 5-3 in a tiebreak. And ends up losing the tiebreak 8-6. So a frustrating set for Casper Ruud, to say the least. Coco Gauff as match point. Second set got a lot more interesting. I think she was up 5-1, 6-1, 5-1. I'm not following that one that closely, so correct me if I'm wrong. But all of a sudden it was a 5-4 and a tight service game for Coco. Went over deuce a couple of times, and she converts and wins. So Gauff threw 1-4 against Sakari. It's a beautiful point there for Fonseca, and you know what? I expect Fonseca to start playing better in the second set. I don't think he played that well in the first set. He was clutch, you know, getting those breaks back and all that, no doubt about it. But I expect him to start playing better. And Ruud can be in a lot of trouble here. Fonseca rolling in his first service game. Gauff will play Korneeva next. That's going to be very interesting. I expect Coco to come through that. I actually expect Coco to come through that whole side of the draw, to be honest with you. We got Yala, The winner of Yala McNally will play the winner of Townsend Bencic. So if it's Yala Bencic, I don't know, it can go both ways, but I just got a feeling Goff is gonna do well in this North American hardcourt swing. Nice hold from Fonseca there. Holds the first game. Yala McNally on next, guys. It's on next. Oh, wait a second now. Wait a second now. Was it auto start on that thing? Hold on, let me check something real quick, guys. Just a couple of technical things still. Taking care of a couple more technical things. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. One second, guys. Okay, it's not on yet. Got it, okay. It's not on yet. Okay. Ruud misses a backhand from pretty close to the middle of the court. Unforced error, love 15. You better be careful here, or this match can get away from him. Yeah, no, Dave, Goff's been serving better for a long time now already. Since like the clay court season, she's been, double faults have been way down, and she's been serving well. Like I said many times, she was very, very close to maybe potentially winning Wimbledon. A very easy forehand away from making a Wimbledon final. Backhand overhead from Fonseca. Did he make it? He did. He did make it. That's Roger Federer-esque. Federer-esque backhand overhead. We need a slow-mo of that. We need the slow-mo of that immediately. Beautiful backhand overhead from Fonseca. Very nice. That's the most difficult shot in tennis. And Ruud better be careful here, or this match can slip away from him. Oh, backhand cross-court pass from Fonseca off a backhand slice approach shot from Ruud. That was a ripped backhand right there. By the way, I hate that these guys are wearing the same colors on the court with a hat. The only differentiator is Ruud's got a white hat and Fonseca has whatever color that is. What is that, like a gray, green or something? They look very similar outfits. Fonseca with the open stance backhand from the corner. I like to see that. And down the line backhand winner from Fonseca is the break. 2-love. I gotta tell you, Fonseca's backhand, I'm not going to go out and say it's as good as his forehand, but last year, this is so long ago already now, right? This is almost 2 years ago. Last year, beginning of 2025 January, I made 3 videos on the Fonseca technique. And then I remember I said, listen, right now, the backhand and forehand are both extremely good. The shot that needs improvement is the serve. The serve has improved tremendously since then. But yeah, the backhand to me is like up there with the forehand. That's why I think Fonseca has such potential to go very high and maybe even challenge those guys. I'm not going to say it, it's far away from that, but there's like the top 3 guys who have this ability of having maybe the best forehand in the world and close to the best backhand in the world are Sinner, Djokovic, and Alcaraz. And I think Fonseca could be in that club. Now, of course, a lot more goes into that. Shot selection, defensive forehands, all kinds of different type of shots, defensive backhands. But Fonseca has got that combo that not that many players have. You know, of course, like other players have great backhands, for example, but not to the point where it's like a challenge for the top guys. And what a way to consolidate that break. 40 love. Very solid tennis from Fonseca. Fonseca turned it up. He increased his level a lot in this second set. A lot. We might not need to do a double stream if this continues. Fonseca is rolling right now. Ayala and McNally are about to go on the court. Slice back in from Fonseca. Ruud comes in. Here comes the backhand. He misses into the net. Very surprised he missed that. Because like I said, the backhand is exceptional from Fonseca. Now look, the shot that I'm looking for, and I'm actually very pleased to see that he's doing it more, is like the open stance defensive backhand, where he gets pushed wide. Earlier this year, which was related to a back injury, Fonseca was slicing a lot of shots defensively. When he lost to Spizzirri in the Australian Open, he was slicing so many backhands. And I don't see that anymore. And squash shotting forehands too. But again, that he wasn't top fit earlier this year due to injury. I agree, Epa Rukua. I can't tell who's who. Ace for Fonseca, 3 love. Wow, he upped his game big time. Big time. He upped his game big time, guys. So yeah, that combination of like an incredibly good forehand and backhand is rare. Only at the very top of the game you see something like that. To have that type of shot-making ability. And Fonseca certainly has that. But again, it goes way deeper than that. It's not quite that simple, you know? Because tennis is quite complex. It's not that simple, guys. It's about like how do you play in clutch moments, and all the different circumstances you find yourself in on the court. But it is clear that that's what's required if you want to have a chance to beat Sinner and Alcaraz from the baseline. If you look at the shot quality rankings, they actually indeed they put a shot quality rankings on the forehands, and there was, I think it was Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, 1, 2, 3. And I'm telling you, the backhand is probably the same. I know it's Sinner, Alcaraz, 1 and 2. So that's what it takes. These guys have the best forehands and backhands in the world, Sinner and Alcaraz, and Djokovic. That's what it takes. You have to have the abilities of Fonseca to have even a chance. Now, I'm not saying the other players have poor forehands or backhands. Amazing players with great backhands and forehands, but to have this, like to have a shot that's so good on both sides, that's rare. Because even someone like Casper Ruud, like his backhand, certainly not a poor backhand, but is it as good as the Fonseca backhand? No. The forehand, as good as the Ruud forehand is, and it ranks very high in shot quality, is it as like similar quality? Maybe it's more consistent, you know? But for sure there's a discrepancy on the backhand. And most players have that discrepancy on the backhand side. Or the forehand side compared to either Sinner or Alcaraz or Djokovic. Like Zverev, obviously for him it's more on the forehand. Even though this year he's number 10, he's top 10 in shot quality on the forehand, Zverev. So the forehand better than it's ever been for Zverev. There's a nice couple of points there from Casper Ruud. And, oh no, I thought it was 30 love. It's 15 all, my bad. Shelton Fonseca is going to be very interesting. Keydon, I agree with you. It's going to be an incredible match. Can you imagine the firepower there? I know Ben Shelton gets a lot of hate out there, but I find him so entertaining. Like, the guy is such an incredible athlete. Unbelievable athleticism. The way he hits to me, he has the hardest serve. I don't know if this is based on stats, whether he does indeed have the fastest serve, but that serve is so fast. And when he kicks it, it's so unbelievably fast and it's lively at the same time. The forehand, when he rips it, it's just incredible athleticism. And I feel like there's so much potential there to take the opponent, the racket out of the opponent's hand. Hold on, I gotta turn this volume down on this. To take the racket out of the opponent's hand on Shelton, but unfortunately he gets stuck in rallies. Not in every match, of course, but in some matches. And now, when he's in a rally, he's not being as aggressive as he can be. The opponent finds the backhand, which is a weak spot. And on top of that, return, Shelton ranks very low in the ATP return stats. I think it's like 80 or something. He's ranked 80 in the world or something like that in return stats. So he's got holes in his game. And this, I never hear anybody talk about this. And I've talked about this a lot for the last couple of years with Shelton, especially when he has to play Sinner. Talk about the tactics for him, and it makes sense to me. And I know this style is difficult to pull off, and it might backfire, and it's maybe not suitable for Ben, but it doesn't hurt to try it out when you play someone that you've lost to so many times consecutively, like a Sinner. And you know, someone says here, more serve and volley for Shelton. Not necessarily. You can be like Goran. It's not serve and volley, it's like serve and clean up. Call it serve and clean up. That's what Ivanišević was. It was serve and clean up at the net. Forget kicking and coming to the net. His volley skills are nowhere near good enough to be able to pull that off consistently against the top guys. It's serve and clean up. He's got to serve big. He gets broken way too much. And Ruud here in a tough service game, trying to come out of it. Because if he loses this game, by the way Fonseca is serving, it's going to be very difficult to come back in this one. All right, McNally and Iyala are warming up. That match is about to start. All right, guys, Ruud holds. And give me just 1 second. I'm about to start dual streaming. So I just gotta check one more thing, okay? Hang tight, guys. All right, guys, we're about to double stream. I'm gonna turn the other stream on. Guys, welcome to the Yala McNally third round live stream. And I'm currently also streaming the Fonseca Ruud match. Fonseca up 7-6-3-1. It's about to hold. 40-15. And as soon as the Ruud Fonseca match is over, we'll turn that stream off and we'll only have one stream going, the Al McNally match. So I'm gonna commentate on both matches as they're going on. Yala McNally has not started yet, still warming up, hitting serves. Let me just double check here. If we got this one working. Double check here. All right, I think it works. We got two streams at the same time, guys. Isn't that cool? How cool is that? High tech. High tech operation here, but if you saw the beginning of this, it was an absolute disaster. I had Lucy on my lap for some reason. She never sits on my lap. And like, what? I don't know how old she is. I think she's 9. Yeah. 8 or 9 years old. This is maybe the first time or second time she's ever jumped on my lap. Can you imagine? And it was, everything was completely out of order here. Camera wasn't working, then I forgot to turn my mic on. And there's a very strong hold from Fonseca. It was up 4-1 in the second set. Fonseca did not play well early in the first set. Was in danger of losing his serve in the first 2 service games. Saved 15-40 in both of them. Then actually lost serve, broke back, and started serving better. Down 3-5 in the tiebreak. Won the tiebreak with some clutch tennis. And second set, he's been on fire. Up this game big time. And he's 2 games away from taking out Casper Ruud again after he had beaten him in Roland Garros. Yala serving first. And it starts with a forehand winner. 15-love. Yala on fire early here. Big serve down the tee from Yala. Forehand cross court. McNally slices. And Yala misses a forehand, 15-all. McNally might be a tricky opponent for Ayala. She plays a little different style than what's commonly, encountered on the WTA Tour. She'll slice her backhand more than other players. She'll come to the net. Very versatile player. Great doubles player. Two-time US Open finalist. Once with Coco Gauff and then once with Taylor Townsend, I think. Yeah, two-time US Open finalist, number 10 in the world in doubles. Also top 50 player in singles, and 15-30 on the Ayala serve. A little bit of trouble right off the bat here for Ayala. Double fault. We got 15-40. You don't just take out Noskova. You got to be a big-time player to be able to take out Noskova, even though Noskova wasn't at the top of her game. So it's going to be a tough match for Ayala. Plus, she's played a lot of tennis. Even played doubles here with Venus. They lost yesterday in straight sets, but Alex has been on the court a lot. And there's a clean forehand down the line winner from McNally. And there's the break. McNally up 1-0. Wow, what a return from Fonseca. He's playing exceptional tennis in the second set. Out of the whole draw, I would think it would be so interesting if Fonseca can break through here and win an ATP 1000. He's won an ATP 500. He's won a 250. He's won a 500. If he can win 1000, I feel like it's a golden opportunity, but he's got a humongous roadblock ahead of him if he comes through this. With Ben Shelton, that's going to be tough. And here comes the danger from McNally. Ayala is returning. And a very good return from Ayala, but McNally with some great defense. It's a good open stance defensive backhand. Gets a little fortunate because it clips the tape, and Ayala cannot control the volley because of it. Almost got it though. Ayala's got good hands up there, good reflexes. 15-love. Back in return goes long from Ayala, 30-love. How is Fonseca against lefties? That could be a factor. That's a great question, Dave. I don't know. I would have to think now and check some head-to-head stats. Here's the second serve from McNally. Let's see if Ayala can attack. Nice forehand return from Ayala, inside in, inside out, and she overpowers McNally, 30-15. Beautiful forehand for Casper Ruud there, inside out winner off a nice wide serve. Ruud holds. 4-2. Fonseca up a break, 7-6, 4-2. McNally serving up 1-love. She already has a break, 30-15. Nice forehand from Ayala, and she's starting to put a lot of pressure on McNally. And she's starting to lift her legs. That's a good sign if you're an Ayala fan. That's a ritual that she's been doing in Washington. when she hits a winner where she's playing well, she started lifting her legs. It's a good sign there from Ayala. Starting to dictate play, 30 all. Don't sleep on Menchik. I would never sleep on Menchik. I talked about it yesterday in the live stream. I think he's another guy that could add his second ATP 1000 title. There's a down the line return winner from Ayala, and it's break point just like that, from 30 love to 30-40. Wow, that's some return there. Very clean. Fonseca up 30 love. Serving exceptionally well in the second set. Down the line forehand from Ayala. Good defense from Katie McNally. Hanging in there, but she can't control her backhand. Too much pressure from Ayala, and she breaks back. 1-all. She is such a good returner. It's incredible to watch. Truly incredible to watch. It's a beautiful down the line backhand winner from Fonseca. That down the line backhand has been clicking today. He also hit some incredible winners cross court with his backhand. But the down the line is one of the best in the world. He's got an incredible backhand. 40-15. Ace for Ayala, 15 all. And there's a nice hold right there for Fonseca. Up 5-2, one game away from reaching the fourth round. And one game away from the blockbuster showdown against Ben Shelton, last year's champion. Ayala misses a forehand from the middle of the court into the net, 15-30. Again, you guys in the chat on the Fonseca Ruud match, you know, early, the first game of the first set, I started the poll and 79% got it right. I will never get over how accurate the chat is. You guys are indeed tennis experts. Beautiful serve and cross-court backhand winner from Ayala, 30 all. Takes that backhand so early. Big point right here, 30 all on the Ayala serve. And that forehand from McNally is very, very good. Very clean technique. Beautiful cross-court forehand winner. 30-40, breakpoint chance for McNally. This would be the third consecutive break in this set. And double fault for Ayala, and there it is, the third consecutive break, guys. McNally up 2-1. Some monster forehand there from Casper Ruud, 15 love. No, Fonseca had that forehand pass. He was there with plenty of time, but dumps it into the net. 30 love. Yeah, this will be tough for Ayala, guys. This will not be an easy match, far from it. This will be tricky. The key for Ayala in this one is finding the defensive backhand from McNally. That's going to be the key. So like opening up the court with that forehand cross court is going to be crucial. That's a very strong lob there from McNally. There's that slice. She does go for the slice quite frequently on the backhand. And this time it's a short slice, brings the Ayala in, who misses that little forehand chip. 15 love. So McNally is giving Ayala different looks than what she's seen over the last week and a half in Washington and here. Different style of tennis. Second serve from McNally. That's a strong return from Ayala. Takes it early. Backhand ripped cross court. Cross court again, but goes long. Fist pump from McNally. 30 love. And Casper Ruud holds, and it's Fonseca serving for the match. 5-3 in the second set. He won the first set 7-6. Fonseca absolutely demolishing his forehands. Way too much pressure to deal with for Ruud. Hits a very comfortable inside-out forehand winner from outside the singles line. It doesn't matter. He's got so much firepower. 164 kilometers an hour on that forehand. 15 love. Fonseca on fire in the second set. But there he is. He misses the backhand into the net. 15 all. McNally up 40 love on her serve. And double fault there, 40-15. Serve and volley from Fonseca. The entire court is open for Ruud, and he takes advantage of it, 15-30. Will Ruud be able to break back and stay in this match? You guys remember against Djokovic, Fonseca hit those consecutive aces deep in that fifth set, in the last game of the fifth set. think it was like 3 aces in a row. That was one of the coolest things I've seen this entire season, to be honest with you. So maybe he'll pull off something like that again here. McNally with the hold up 3-1 on Yala. There's a big serve from Fonseca. Ruud overhits the return, 30-all. And Fonseca dumps that first serve into the net. And Fonseca pumps himself up after that backhand miss from Casper Ruud, and it's match point Fonseca. You can see how much this means to Fonseca. This is a big match for him. And Yala with a nice put-away volley at the net, 15-love. Down 1-3 in the first set to McNally. Match point Fonseca. Rips that forehand to the backhand corner off Ruud, who was standing there in that backhand corner, and deflects the backhand down the line. Fonseca loses his balance on the next shot. Misses his forehand, and it's 40-all. And there's the match point for Fonseca. Humongous serve. Second match point. It's a kick serve on the first serve. It's a short forehand, an easy down the line forehand winner, and Fonseca takes out Casper Ruud 7-6, 6-3. He is pumped. That's a big win for Fonseca right there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, Casper had chances in that first set. He certainly did. He had chances in the first set. And it would have been a different match, of course. Yala 40-15 on her serve. Important to keep this within one break, because Yala can always break back. So this first set is going to be very interesting here. Anybody who's in the Ruud Fonseca live stream, I'm going to give you a link here that you can click on, and I want you to join me in the Yala McNally stream, okay? So just click on the link and hop over to the other stream, and just click this link right here. Just give me 1 second. All right, guys, so here, hold on 1 second. All right, guys, here, click this link and follow me over to the other stream, okay? Just click that right there. And we're going to turn this one off, and we're going to focus on the Yala McNally match now that this one is over. Okay, guys? You take it easy. Okay, hold on. Make sure I don't turn the wrong one off. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. This is Fonseca Ruud. All right. This one we can end.